Hey tadpoles, and welcome to Toad's Blasphemous Boss Tips. Through this series I'll be showing you guys the easiest way I feel to beat the game's bosses. Now we won't be going into any rosary beads, magic setups, as we all play the game differently. It's the beauty of the game. This series is just to hopefully help you guys get the bosses beaten in this amazing, well-made game series. So without any more delays, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, the final boss of the game is Holiness Escriber. He has two phases, chat. Now, I'm going to be honest, this first phase, when he sort of takes the form of a sorcerer, I don't like it. I don't like taking too long with it because I think that the damage you take from just going hyper-aggressive to him is about the same as the damage you're going to take if you are trying to dodge all of his attacks, because you're going to get hit by them, and he's pretty weak at damage. He does not, at this stage, he does not take an awful lot of killing. If you can get the thrust from right here, get behind him, you might have a better chance of finishing him off quicker, more so if he's going to do purple like plasma attacks than something like fireballs, because the plasma attacks will go one direction and one direction, like this. You stand behind him, you can punish him. To be honest with you, if you've already died on a run before, you're gonna have your little guilt fragment that's gonna give you that little bit of extra health at the beginning of the second phase. As you saw there wasn't really much to this guy. He casts spells, you've got to try and dodge the spells, get him down as quick as possible, because then we go into the second phase, which is the true phase of the boss fight. Now this one, guys, you are going to need to be patient for, mainly because of this sword. I'm going to be honest, there are faster ways of taking out the sword with magics and certain things. However, for this video I want to try and keep it as simple as possible, with minimal magic, minimal power, just me, the boss and the sword. This sword is going to frustrate the part because you're always looking up here to the screen. He's always floating just out of shot of you being able to hit him, but you have to hit him enough until the eyeball sinks out of the hilt. As it does that, the mask on the top, which is the main boss, will open up and give you opportunities to use the platforms to attack the face, which is where the damage is done. This is where you're going to get frustrated with the sword. As we see here, I've opened up the mask. Now you have to be patient because sometimes those platforms are not going to be sitting good for you. They're not going to be sitting in a position where you're going to be able to get an awful lot of attacks on the face. Most attacks in this part of the game are elemental. So as we've seen the toxic balls coming down, we've seen the plasma shots like that. You will get lightning attacks. Sometimes they will be single like this, sometimes they will be the lightning wave that goes across. You'll get laser like this, which you have on a previous boss. Sometimes it's very easy to dodge. What you want to do is being very patient, as I said before, guys, because you want to wail on the sword so much, but on trying to wail for the sword, you're going to get hit by some of these bigger attacks. So your main priority here is to be patient, avoid any attacks that you know are going to give you some big damage. The sword when you have the opportunity, because that is basically what the fight is about. Yes, it's about hitting this guy in the face here, but actually it's about getting the sword down without taking too many silly hits from some of the elemental attacks. It's going to take you a while to get him down, chat. I'm not going to lie. Like, there are going to be times when you fight this guy and just at no point do the platform seem to land nicely for you to be able to get to the face. You might want to use it with magic that might be able to do him some damage without you needing to be near him, like the lightning strike that you get from edge blessing and system. However, again, it's not going to do it's going to do a little bit of damage, but it might make you feel better that you are actually hitting him with something when none of the platforms are allowing you to get up near him. Then, as we see, as we start to get to the second phase, you will start to get more sort of faster attacks when you're attacking the face, so it won't quite be all the lightning or even plasma bots. Again, it's just getting to second phase and it's trying to hurt you. Now this elemental attack here is probably the one that's going to cause you the most grief. don't be tempted to jump on the platform to avoid it, and don't be tempted to try and go out to the edge and think it's not going to get you there. When those fireballs come, what you want to do is stay somewhere central to the screen and just keep using the slide to draw them one way, draw them the other way. You'll always have that window to silo them at that point. If you go to the end, you go to the platform, you're probably going to get as we see here, we've been at this for about 5 minutes now. We've really just gotten down into the second phase. It's that patience thing, guys. I can't keep reiterating it. You've got to get that sword out of the way. And once you put that sword out of the way, you can get up to the face, you can rail on it. And as you see, we're getting sort of a much more ramped up version of the orbs. Frozen attacks don't really anything that much, as do the fire, because when the fire comes in, it's already a pretty savage attacking it. As you see here, I went to the edge, I tried to hide on the edge, and I got punished for that. I should have stayed more central so that I could avoid them a lot more successfully. But as we say, I'm being patient, I'm trying not to use my hilt until I absolutely need to. I'm trying not to chase the sword, because as soon as you start chasing the sword, you're going to stop spotting the elemental attacks and you're going to get owned. This boss, guys, it looks simple, it looks easy, it's not, and you're going to die quite a few times before you actually get the rhythm of this boss. Like, it just seems like a real standard Metroid style sort of boss, but it's just not. I don't know if it's the timings of the attacks and how the attacks start to vary as you start to get into the second stage. You'll think you've got it. You'll get to this point and you'll think, oh, I've got it nailed, there's no way I can lose. And you'll get 2 or 3 of these fire attacks in a row, or you'll get this instantly followed by a lightning attack or anything like that. And then before you know it, you've got barely any health and you are stressing out trying to survive to get to the end of this boss fight. So yeah, you just got to keep breathing and make yourself a cup of tea before you fight this one, guys. And just don't chase that sword, because as soon as he starts to go off the edge like this, you're paying too much attention to what he wants to do and not what you want to be doing, which is basically trying to stay as central as you can throughout the whole fight, avoid everything that you can avoid, and just wait for that opportunity when those platforms fall nicely for you that you can get a lot of attacks in. It will happen. You may get 2 or 3 rotations where his mask will open and you can't get anywhere near him at all. And then you'll get that one where everything just falls into place, everything just where it needs to sit. And at that point, as you can see here right at the end, I'm kind of throwing caution to the wind. I just want to get him done. And that is where I could die, but the platform ran nicely for me, and I managed to take him out. Guys, you're going to need patience with this one, but you will learn it. Over time you will learn him and you'll actually realise he's not the most difficult boss in the game at all. Anyway guys, I really hope